I hung loose and I moved on.
What are you saying?
Huh?
You're 71.
5. Yeah, she was 6 months older than me.
I think I look at her bank account.
No, she doesn't have one.
That's what I mean.
Well, this is the current one.
You got it moving already? Since Friday?
Since Friday.
How can you do that?
I'm online.
I feel that.
You gotta get your shit.
No kidding. Yeah, well, I know what people laugh at me. Okay, how we doing on time here?
This was the Friday. But that's okay. I can't have them all.
Better learn now than later.
Sure you're not picking them up at China Palace? They were there quite a while that night, I was saying.
Are we ready, gentlemen?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm ready.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, your panel. Welcome to the February 26th Board of Zoning Appeals meeting. And we will start with the approval of last January's meeting minutes. Are there any questions or comments, or?
Mr. Vice President, I have read the minutes and I approve them.
Okay.
I would make a motion to approve them.
Thank you. Seconded by Dan. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay, thank you. Moving on to new business, Hope Street and Siegel Street development. Go ahead, Justin.
The petitioner is requesting a variance from development standards to allow a non-conforming lot size within an R2 zoning district. The proposed lots are 60 feet wide with an area roughly about 6,000 square feet. But the requirement is 66 feet wide and 8,500 square feet by the municipal code. Smaller lot sizes are consistent with the surrounding neighborhood and would not look out of place. If approved, the petitioner intends to construct 3 two-story duplexes, a total of 6 units once fully developed. If approved, this variance will help facilitate the development of much-needed workforce housing. So based on the information provided and the findings of fact, it is the opinion of the Planning Department that this variance should be approved.
Okay. Questions or comments to Justin by the panel? Real quickly, Justin, here we have these black line layouts. Those are the 2 lots right there?
So that's the existing conditions. So you'll see on page 6 of 8, you'll see the proposed condition.
Right, okay, so it is just those 2,
No, it's the 4 lot. So part of the,
well, there's an existing building,
yeah, correct. So they're replatting all 4 lots.
all 4 lots, okay.
And then the 3 lots will kind of encroach on this south lot a little bit.
So they're taking this building down?
No, that's currently, it's going to stay. It's all under the same ownership. It will stay.
Okay, so what lots, 1, 2, and 3 are the ones they're building on?
No, well, they'll recreate the lots. So they'll replat the 4 lots and see this.
Okay, yeah, it's moving closer to that building, I can see that.
Yeah, 6 of 8 shows it the best, this page.
Okay, so
That's the
they're just
existing.
making this smaller.
Correct,
The up and down, and then expanding that.
correct.
Okay, got it. That's my question. Anything else? Okay, if there's nothing more, then I'd open it up to anyone who wants to speak in favor of this request from the public.
That's you, Randy.
If you would, give your name to start off with.
I'm Randy Miller, I'm with Rast, and this is Jeff Carroll, he's with Wade Fry, or a customer.
Okay.
I don't have any questions.
Okay, well, generally, it's, you make the presentation.
You have to present what you want to do, Randy.
I mean, you can make it quick. You know what they say in sales, if it's sold, don't sell.
Basically, the 2 lots that were facing Smith Street were 50 foot wide by 140 foot deep, and they're not accessible from Oak Street. So we were trying to talk Mr. Fry and turn them and make them accessible off of Siegel Street. And that's why we were trying to move and add a 3rd unit there and take some off of those 2 south lots.
Okay. Is this attractive home that you've got here, it says Plan 72793, is that indicative of what you plan to build?
Yes.
Okay, that's pretty nice. Okay.
It should really enhance the neighborhood, it's gonna look really, really beautiful.
Just just out of curiosity, who is Mr. Frogheiger now? I knew the senior, and then there was one my age I used to play golf with. and-
Yeah, this is Wade Frogheiger, he's 70 years old.
Okay, that's the one I played golf with years ago, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay,
He's a lot on the list.
everybody got old. Okay, panel, are there any questions for the presenter?
Nope.
Okay, thank you very much. Anybody else wishing to speak in favor of this request? Is there anybody who has critical comments or just wants to ask a question about this request? Okay, with that then, I will close it to the public. Panel, any discussion? Okay, are we ready for a motion?
I make a motion to approve it.
Okay,
A second.
second by Rob. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None? Okay, Bob, not Rob. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you, yeah, good luck to you. Look forward to seeing it.
He said, good luck to you.
You don't need good luck, you're gonna get it done, no doubt about it. It's gonna look great. Next is, I'm sorry?
It's a nice picture.
It is a nice picture, yeah. Next is 24240202, 658 South Buffalo, special exception. Go ahead, Justin.
Yeah, so the petitioner is requesting a special exception to allow a residence within a C2 zoning district. The parcel is located at 658 South Buffalo and consists of two buildings joined by an enclosed walkway. The building located in the front is currently a business, and the building in the rear is currently not in use. The petitioner is hoping to convert the rear building into a single-family residence. There is space available for parking in the rear of the lot. There should be no substantial impact to traffic by adding a single-family residence at this location. If approved, the petitioner will need to adhere to all building codes and floodplain regulations related to a residential conversion. Based on the information provided and the findings of fact, it is the opinion of the planning department that this variance could be viewed favorably.
Okay. Any questions of Justin about this?
Nope.
Is there, I didn't know for sure where this was, but they explained to me that's where the donut,
That's
this
where
is
the
the
donut
donut
shop,
shop is,
yes.
yeah, right, yeah. So that was just
It
kind of
used to
helpful.
be Asian Cajun,
Well, yeah,
and they same owners.
yeah, it's still the donut shop too, is that?
Yeah.
Oh, nice donut in front.
So, okay, that clarified. There was nothing more from the panel. I would open it up to the public. Anybody wishing to speak in favor of this request? They're not here
They're
tonight?
not here tonight.
Okay. Is there anyone opposed to this request or who wants to just ask questions? Yes, sir. Yeah, you have to come on up, yeah. It's your chance to be famous. You will be videoed and recorded and
You know my name and all that?
you need your name, yes.
Speak up in the mic, please.
Wayne Good.
Okay?
Is that on?
Property of Butts.
Is that on?
Our property of Butts.
From what direction? The south, north,
Way
or?
around.
Oh, you're all around it? Okay.
Technically, before they owned it, we bought that whole thing and then replatted it and gave the donut shop there exactly little off. I'm a technical giant.
Yeah, well, we didn't know it either.
And now, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Our concern is, we know the family, it's all cool, what they want to do, and we just don't know what portion of the building, how much of the westernmost part of the barn they want to use, because it's huge on all the way to the west. And if they do put a residence there, will that variance or that new zoning be effect in perpetuity, or will it be as long as they own it?
So it would apply to the property. We haven't seen floor plans yet. So if let's say if they sold it, if this variance is approved, somebody could still use that residence at that location as long as there were no code violations that would violate the terms of the variance. We haven't seen plans for what they're proposing. This is just a first step to see if they want to drop the plans. They'll have to do all of the code requirements to get it up to residential standard, and there is floodplain there. So they'll have a few hurdles to jump through even after, if they got approved, they would still have to go through all that process.
We would support it, but we're a little leery of whomever else may end up there, whatever else they might plan, and will it be, I understand, only a single family for relatives and,
Correct. So the single family would, so it couldn't just switch to multifamily without another variance. So it's just, they're just being approved for a single family residence.
and.
They would have to get another variance for a
A
multi.
technical issue would be for their family. If someone else bought that and put a body shop in there, could they then rent that to anybody they wanted to?
Yeah, we wouldn't put a stipulation on that. We wouldn't have a way to enforce that really.
Okay.
Because even the term family is kind of slippery sometimes for our government to start to enforce that.
Okay,
So,
that's the end of my question.
yeah.
Now, is what you're concerned, whether or not they're gonna take that barn even farther west and
No.
expand it? Or
Well, it's a very large building,
Uh-huh.
and like many thousands of square feet, I suppose, but there's part of it directly adjoining the west end of their store, and then there's what was a warehouse when Kennedy had it. That's a big warehouse, and we wondered how much of that or how many square feet, and you probably wouldn't know because they've not submitted plans.
So you don't expect them to go farther west by
No,
tearing
no,
down that wall?
I don't think they're gonna build anymore.
Okay.
they just want
Okay, I
to-
thought maybe that was a concern.
No, we know the building well, and just, our concern is who may end up being there and the situation.
That's tough for us to do like that, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's the end of my question. I wondered if it would be done, and I know now. Thank you.
Well, Dan, you had a question?
Well, no, if we give the variance, that means it carries through to the next owner,
Well, for residential, but he
for
didn't.
residential.
But then
right.
he's talking about a garage shop. I didn't quite catch that. What was that
He
all
was
about?
asking about a body shop going in there.
Where the residence was?
No, in the front.
Oh, in the front?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, that's. a
If
big
they
issue.
were to sell the property to someone else, and that next person
Or the
didn't
donut
want-
shop, if they want to make it a garage.
Yeah, if they did not want to have family live with them, which is what this is for, could anybody, the owner of it, whatever they put in the front, that owner could rent the back to anybody
I see what you're
open
saying,
to-
so-
for rental or public or whomever. That's my question.
Yeah, so he's saying this residence might be used as a garage auto
No, no,
repair.
no, the garage would be up front.
Is that what you're saying, that the garage would be up front, or that somebody would have a business and rent out the back as a garage?
No, rent out the back as a
You're,
residence.
that sort of, my concern is, okay, the front is now, have a store and a donut shop and all the
Right.
things, and then part of the back they really don't use, but they want to put a family residence for care for a family member, my understanding.
Okay, yeah.
If they leave and sell the front, sell the building, maybe to us, I don't know, or to a body shop, or I don't know, furniture builder or something, and that guy wanted to put someone in the back but didn't want to live there, would he be able, since it's turned to residential, would he be able to put anybody he so chose in the residential part of that? If
Are
it's
you
not a
talking
family
about
thing.
As an individual, as a resident, or as some kind of a business back there in that residence?
If he rented it to somebody else, it would be, that's what my question, what can he put in the back? Anybody he
In the
wants
back.
to?
I think he can only keep it as a single family.
It could be rented as a single-family residence. So we're not going to say you could only live there as an owner occupant, you can't rent it out. Just like if you bought a house.
Right, but you can't put a business back there. I thought you were saying they could put a business back there.
No.
As
It's
opposed to
a
just
commercial district, so it could be converted back to a business. This variance would just allow a single-family residential use on this
Okay, so it could
parcel.
go back to a business because that's what it's zoned for.
Yes, they could be converted back to a business, or it could be a rental unit for the property owner. So let's say the UMs decide to move out of it and they wanted to use it as a rental unit, they could then rent it out, or if they sold the building, the new owner could either live in it or rent it out to
That's fine.
somebody, a tenant.
Yeah, the variance would be for that premises, not that family.
Correct.
Thank you.
I got an education too.
So you want me to hesitate?
You've been very helpful. Is there anybody else wishing to speak? Questions or comments about this request? Okay, with that, I'll close it to the public. Panel, any further discussion?
No, I make the motion to approve ordinance 2024-0202.
Okay, thank you. Bob, any second?
Second.
Okay, seconded by Jeff. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? None. Okay. 2024-0203, County Road 200 North, use variance, Parkview Health Systems. Go ahead, Justin.
Correct. So the petitioner is requesting a use variance to allow a medical facility within an I-2 zoning district. The proposed facility will include an ambulatory surgery center and medical office buildings. The hours of operation will be 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday. They anticipate 140 employees with an average of 500 to 600 patients daily. Outpatient surgeries will take place on the campus, but there will be no 24-hour stays. Although the comprehensive plan recommends light industrial uses in this area, this request should not interfere substantially with its intent. Considering that there are very few undeveloped parcels zoned for medical uses, it is the opinion of the planning department that this request should be viewed favorably.
Okay, thank you, Justin. Are there any questions or comments of Justin by the panel? Okay, if not, then I would ask anybody wishing to speak on behalf of this request. We have to move that mic up.
Good evening. Mike Hoffman. I'm an attorney with Beers Mallers, 110 Westbury Street, Suite 1100 in Fort Wayne. I represent Parkview Health System Incorporated, which has filed this application before you this evening for the use variance. This is on an approximate 17-acre site northeast of US 30 in Warsaw and south of County Road 200 North to allow a medical use in an I-2 zoning district. Parkview acquired this overall site for the construction of a Parkview Physicians Group medical office building. Also for O&E's construction of its office building, the construction of an ambulatory surgery center, and possibly the construction of a VA clinic. Additional land to the west of the subject site is being acquired for proposed future access to US 30. We won't know whether or not this access will be approved for some time, but we wanted to show it on the plans before you this evening. The collective facilities are anticipated to serve 550 to 600 patients daily, Monday through Friday, as Justin mentioned, between 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. With 130 to 140 employees. There will be monument, building, and directional signage, but the signage plan is not yet complete. The medical uses proposed will not adversely impact neighboring properties and will not interfere substantially with the comprehensive plan. Due to a lack of existence of medically zoned parcels within the county and the need for additional healthcare facilities, a unique circumstance is present. Approval of the variance will in fact further public health and the general welfare of the community in that necessary additional healthcare services will be provided. In conclusion, approval of the use variance will bring not only the ASC, but also physicians' offices to meet the needs of nearby residents. The development will provide high-quality health care with state-of-the-art facilities for the benefit of the community. We appreciate your consideration of this request. Thank you.
Just for my own education, ambulatory surgery is what exactly, just so I make sure, not that it's critical of this, I just kind of educating myself
Sure.
here.
It'll be a facility that has surgical procedures, but there's no overnight stays.
Like total hip same day sort of thing?
That's correct.
Okay, in and out, yeah.
Wow.
And then the medical office building would be broader than that, or just servicing those people or something?
That would be a typical, like it's Parkview Physicians Group, a PPG building.
Okay.
And that would be the facilities that you see around various communities. There would be no surgeries performed in those
Yeah, I just,
facilities.
again, just more education than anything else.
Sure.
Yeah, It's pretty exciting. There's a lot of employees.
It is.
It is.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
does anyone else on the panel have any questions for this gentleman?
No, nothing.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good. Thank you very much.
Anybody else wishing to speak on behalf of this request? Is anybody opposed or just have questions they want to ask? Yes, sir, or are you just leaning forward? Okay, there we go. Rapt attention, I like that. Okay, well, with that, then I'll close the discussion to the public and panel. Is there any discussion?
I'd make a motion to approve it.
Okay. Okay, Jeff seconds. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
None opposed, okay. Well, we look forward to that. That's fantastic. Yeah, yeah, best wishes. Okay, then we come to 2024-0204, 2103 Brookford Drive, use for variance, Walker, whatever that is.
Bruce Walker.
Oh, Bruce Walker, okay.
Yep, Bruce
Yep.
Walker.
So the petitioner has requested a use variance to permit a home occupation involving sharpening knives in an R1 zoning district. The petitioner will be living in the home and will have no other employees. The business will operate during daytime hours and anticipates about 20 vehicles a week. Customers will only be on the property to pick up or drop off their knives. The petitioner stated that the machinery he is using will be in a room in the back of his garage and should not create a substantial amount of noise. And there is no plan for signage on the property. So based on the information provided, it is the opinion of the planning department that this variance should be viewed favorably.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Justin. Are there any questions for Justin by the panel? Okay, if not. Yeah, go ahead.
Did they contact the neighbors then? You sent
Yeah. Every variance that's before you tonight sent out their mailers. We did have one neighbor call, but it was for a previous case. It wasn't for this one, so we didn't receive any remonstrance regarding this case.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot, yeah. Okay, any other questions or comments? Or- Okay, well, then anyone wishing to speak on behalf of this request, welcome to come forward.
My name's Bruce Walker, and I'm trying to start a knife sharpening business. I'm 68 years old, so it's just a part-time thing to have something to do. I've already worked my entire life, so just sharpen a couple knives every week.
Does the business exist now somewhere and you just moving it here, or no? Or are you just starting this on this property?
I'm just starting it.
Okay,
I got a little machine down in my basement.
okay.
I can show you what it looks like.
I'm all right.
No, that's fine.
And then you don't anticipate signage, is that what I read correctly?
I
You
have a tough
don't
time
anticipate
hearing.
putting signage up outside?
No, they said I couldn't.
Okay,
I had to go in front of a deal, and if I did, it would only be a foot by a foot, and I could just stick it on my house.
right,
Well, that's not gonna do anything.
yeah. Yeah, well, it makes the residents happy, yeah. Fair enough, yeah. That's understood.
But I had a painting and a construction business for most of my life, so I know how to sell stuff.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be a big deal, but I don't wanna work 40 hours a week sharpening knives. I just need a couple extra bucks so I can go hunting.
I understand. Ammo's expensive.
Right.
There you go. Okay, any questions or comments from the panel? Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Yep, thank you.
Jurgen, any questions or comments? I was just being polite, I didn't really expect you to.
Yeah, Bruce approached me about this. The way I understand it, it's just going to be a part-time thing. I don't envision more than one or two people a day coming in. I'm a neighbor also, and of course, as you know, councilman for that area. And yeah, I don't see any issues with it. There are other neighbors that have had small businesses and it doesn't affect anything. He has lots of parking, and I just don't envision too many people even going there. So appreciate your consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Jurgen. Well, with that, we'll close it to the public. Any comments from the panel? Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve this request.
Joe?
I'll second.
Seconds, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? None? Okay, then, Justin, was there anything further?
There's nothing else.
Okay, now the most critical motion of them all.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Okay, I'll give it to Dan, he needs a turn. Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, none. Okay, thank you, gentlemen. Finish signing your seats. Job's not done till the paperwork's finished.
No, we gotta,
Do we agree on all these?
I think you have to
Yeah, we
agree on all
agreed on everything.
there's that one. Yeah. I said,
Ken, well done.
hold it.